be something very recent, it could be something longer before, in which you had to make some decision and you weren't sure, if I do like this, then what? If I do like that, then what? So just for a moment, try to select, so to say, some kind of memory where there was some dilemma and there was some uncertainty about the outcome. And then see if you can associate that, see if you can sort of identify that feeling of indecision. So sort of it may be a kind of unfocused feeling, but that's okay. So whatever that feeling is with that uncertainty, there might be a bit of anxiety, it could be a sharper feeling of fear, or just a vague uncertainty, or it could be a sense of dread even. It could be a combination of things. And just allow, for now, that feeling to sort of be there in your mind. And just sort of picture it in front of you, so to say. Put it on a pedestal. Let it sit there. And just let it be there. Just let it be there. Whatever that feeling is. And then see what kind of associations are there in relation to that feeling of uncertainty. How do things sort of sound and smell and taste, and what kind of associations are there with that? And then ask yourself, could I, just for now, and remember the example, we did this last time with the pen, holding the pen in the hand and just drawing. So could I, just for now, let that feeling drop? Could I just, like a pen in the hand, could I just let it go? Or could I just let it dissipate? Could I just let it float away? And the answer might be, no, I can't. I have this uncertainty, it's a serious uncertainty. All right, fine. Then start over. Go back to that feeling. And try to stay with the feeling of uncertainty. Don't think about what it is that you're uncertain about. Just think about the feeling of uncertainty. Now at this point you may be saying, but what about this or what about that? You may also have some doubt about the process that we're doing right now. If you like, you can also do this exercise with that feeling that you're having now. Who is this guy sitting here telling me that I should close my eyes and think about this and ask myself to let it go? So that feeling, okay, that doubt, that mild animosity, that mild impatience. See if you can just identify that, allow that to be there, and put aside whatever judgment, good or bad, you might tend to have toward that feeling. Just let it be there. And then when you have a sense of it, ask yourself again, could I, just for now, put it aside, let it go. And if I do, if I put that aside, if I let it go, if I drop it, how does that feel? Do I feel a little bit more lighter? Do I feel a little bit clearer? Okay, well that's something which, if we had much more time, we would do quite a bit more of, because it's emphasized that in this little technique, repetition is actually very important. It's the abhyasa side of what Krishna's talking about. The abhyasa, remember, means repetition. So by repeating this kind of welcoming of a feeling and then letting it go, and I'm still on your question on what's eventually going to develop. We heard an incredibly philosophical, technical analysis of buddhi from Bhaktivinoda Maharaj. I had to leave early actually, so I couldn't stay for exciting conclusion. But I saw some devotees were like, "Where are we here?" It was quite technical, but interesting. The point I would make about buddhi is it is higher than the mind. We understand from Bhagavad Gita, right? That Indriyani Pranyahur Indriyaparamana Manasastu Param Buddhe Yo Buddhe Paratmastu Sa. There's sense objects, there are the senses, there's the mind. Above the mind is the intelligence, above the intelligence is the soul. The mind is the agent of preoccupation. We are preoccupied with all the things which come to us from the senses. And because the mind is so preoccupied, the intelligence is cut off. And again, Maharaj explained in a much better way than I could. But just in general, in a simple way, from my simple mind, we're actually cut off from our intelligence. And what I'm suggesting is that the key, it's like a chisel to sort of split open and get out of the enclosure, which is the mind, which is so tied up in the ahankara. The way to crack out of that is with a question. And the question here, and there may be other questions that are also powerful. The question here is, could I let this go? And if we seriously ask ourselves that question, we start to see that I could let this go. And I won't be losing myself, my identity, if I let this go. If I have some feeling of anger towards someone, the tendency is that we feel this is me. We identify there, we might say, with the subtle body, to say, I am this anger. If I were to let this go, where would I be? Right? But if we seriously question, could I let this go? We start to feel like, I could let it go, and I'm not lost in the process. So, what you were suggesting, Abhay Prabhu, is there's an uncertainty. If I choose this, if I choose that, what are going to be the consequences?